We are live. Hey guys, Aaliyah Faust here, founder of GospelGoodies.com and
Arturo Holmes, founder of Art2 Graphic, Arturo Holmes Photography.
Alright, so we decided to hop on Facebook Live because we are doing a review of A Christmas Carol in Harlem. And we just wanted to hop on live because we were sitting here talking about everything it kind of stood for. Just like you pointed out that when you hear A Christmas Carol, you're just going to think Christmas, but it was just a lot more to it. So a few things we pointed out, you guys should definitely see it when you can. And when this story goes up, hey Tyler, when the story goes up, we have all the information of where you can go see it, what we liked about it and everything. But I think one of the biggest things for me that stood out was just kind of the culture of how they really embodied what Harlem stood for, versus where it stands now. In the play / musical, they really took it back to like bodegas, corner stores, just how people actually gather, with the music, with the way they dressed and everything. I think it was a really good representation of Harlem, and they even pointed out during the play that maybe 100 blocks down on Broadway, you'll see something you'll get A Christmas Carol, but it's not going to be anything like what you're seeing right now in Harlem. So, what were your thoughts?
Actually, what you said, and it's interesting just because, as you watch it, like you said, you expect to just see everything Christmas. You expect to see everything, hear just carols, just Christmas, all the biblical references, whatever the case may be. But then they give you a little twist, even from the very, very beginning, when the young lady came out, and it was just a spotlight on just her. She wasn't on stage. She actually came from the lobby area into the theater, and she's just bold. She's very passionate about the real estate, where they are now, why money isn't being lended to those who actually live in the community to enhance the well-being of the community. Only the people in that community understands what the community needs. You know what I mean? They're letting others from the outside come in, buy property, and do what they want to do, or they'd rather just let a building go, vacant, rather than give it to some, not give it, but, find a way to help others fund that property to make it benefit the community and where they grew up in. And then one thing that just pointed out to me was, and tell me to shut up whenever you want to. The one thing that caught my attention was, one thing they said, I'm not going to give it word for word because I don't want to give it away, but basically what they were saying was that you got people who the people who actually lived here are pretty much, or at the peak of what Harlem was about and how it began. They're no longer here anymore. They're deceased, unfortunately. And then you have the ones who are moving in, who don't know anything about the culture. So it's almost as if they don't exist either, because they're not living up to what Harlem is really about or where it began. So that was just something, it just caught my attention. Like, wow, this is far from just a carol, influence. You know what I mean?
And shout out to Art. So I suck at headline writing. So I was like, hey, all I have is A Christmas Carol in Harlem. So he's like, a voice for the voiceless. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's exactly what it was.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It does.
Passionate about that. My bad.
Yeah, but literally, A Christmas Carol in Harlem became a voice for the voiceless. So one of the parts in the play, a lady, she went up to the real estate guy who's making all this money off people who have been paying rent for so long that they could have owned a little co-op or a condo or whatever. So she goes up to him. She holds these, town hall meetings.
Right.
And she's like, hey.
And just going around to people.
Yeah. So everything he just said earlier, but the guy doesn't want to hear it at all. And so I guess when the ghosts visit this guy, it actually goes back to when she came in his office. And it points out, don't even know if I make sense right now, but it kind of just points out things that he might not even have realized when she was saying some real stuff that we on the outside looking in realized, or that we, the lower class of people, feel every day, that he's so high up here that he doesn't even get it.
And to allude to, like, so he basically forgot where he came from.
That too.
That's literally, his perception on Christmas. Like, he wasn't against Christmas. He's against freeloaders. Scrooge is against laziness. Scrooge is against those who didn't work for the things that they have or may want. You know what I mean? And he just didn't believe in just handing it out to you. You know what I mean? Like, you are going to have to fight and struggle the same way I struggle. When, in reality, he projected opposite of how he was brought up. Like, normally, and when I say that, I'm saying he experienced turmoil, or actually in one scene, he in reflection, when he was reflecting on his life, or when he was forced to reflect on his life, it was one scene in that play where he saw how happy he was. He was happy. He had the happiest work situation. He was the happiest man to have. He praised, those around him who made him happy. But then when you look at him in today's time, or before you even get to that reflection, he's literally the Scrooge, like what you would think a Scrooge to be. But he pretty much forgot where he came from, and that it's so crazy how, and it was a perfect it was a perfect storyline, and how they made it not just your typical play. Like, it was literally, we all could take something from that, no matter what ethnicity, no matter what age, no matter where no matter where you come from. At the end of the day, it's morality, empathy, and consideration, and just yearning for just understanding. Literally, like, it's deeper than just what you expect it to just be. And like we were saying that there was times where there's moments in this play where you're not gonna expect it. You're just not gonna expect certain things to come about.
That's what I liked about this play too. You literally laugh. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't know if you caught it, but I shed a little thug tear. I'm about to shed a thug tear now. Like, it was a very emotional play at the same time, because it did touch so deep into culture.
Yeah, and I think and let's just say it's with the times. Yeah. This play is not only trying to get you to comprehend one aspect of our present, but also gain appreciation for another influence in our society. And it's interesting how it's all put together, and it's based, and it's definitely, it's already capturing your attention just off of what you expect it to be anyway. And that's why once you see it from beginning to end, and kudos to all the actresses and actors who participated in that, dancers, singers who participated in that play, because like, it's, and I'll be real with you, like, I mean, I love Christmas, I believe in Christmas and everything that it presents, but I've never like celebrated it to the extent of engaging in a lot of different activities that go along with Christmas, other than, you do church, then there's the presents, you wrap the presents, and then you look forward to the next morning. Like, just the standard, like the basis. But then, you've introduced me to a lot of different, other things to appreciate, like the Christmas tree lightings, and like the play that we just went to. And I can keep going. The gingerbread house, making, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, and she's opening my mind to it. And so it's the same concept when looking at this play. You just got to have an open mind. have an open mind, expect to laugh. If I could have taken notes, I would have taken notes, because like they literally was saying some deep stuff that I didn't even think anything about. Like, yeah, you got a bodega, but why? You know, if it's Harlem, why isn't it really our people? Not saying that it can't be anybody else, but we appreciate. It's just a matter of where we're trying to go with it. You know what I'm saying? And just understanding where they're going with it and making us, because we're not going to be, we're unapologetic at the same time.
Mom and pop shops turning into Dwayne Reed's.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Or a cafe, a mom and pop cafe turning into a Starbucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Rocco, get down.
Sorry, guys. A little pop.
Love him.
One thing I did want to point out too, just to sprinkle little gospel goodies on there. So in Philippians 2:7, there's a previous verse, of course, but it says, he emptied himself, taking the form of a bond servant and being made in the likeness of men. So I kind of tied that to this play too. It's like you said earlier, you can't forget where you come from, and sometimes you do have to humble yourself, because like, it's a dangerous thing to get so much power and then just forget, one, who gave it to you, two, where it came from and what you're supposed to do with it. So that was another thing I got.
Yeah, that was deep. Yeah. That's literally, I think that is pretty much the gist of it. Like, basically, now that you've acquired this power, what you gonna do with it? How you gonna uplift? How you gonna embrace? How you gonna educate? That's literally, yeah, that was well said, my dear.
Yeah. And then, I feel like I said it wrong, because it's like we don't even have the power. We are just gifted with the tools to create an opportunity for others. Like, our gifts are not to be held in for just us. So, yeah, this guy in the play, he was just really selfish with it. So, in the end, when the ghost visited him, and he realized what he was doing and how he was hurting Harlem, like the place that birthed him into the real estate mogul he is, it kind of just came back to full circle for him.
And look, we can keep going because I'm loving this. And the way the play projected it is almost as if he seemed as if he was gonna, like, basically, even with all his riches, all his success, what he was capable of doing and what he thought he was doing, trying to empower the people, he really was just hurting him and his own name and respect in the community. And so what was presented to him is like, when you die, this is what people think of you. Actually, is opposite of what you thought people was gonna think of you. This is like exact. They couldn't wait, literally. You know what I'm saying? So like that was a cool little little twist. Like, yeah, don't get ahead of yourself. Like. Yep. You might have the stuff now, but that does not define who you are, especially if you're not using it to benefit others. Because that's all they're going to remember.
Yeah, as easily as God gives it to you, he can take it away even faster. And this guy had a crazy cough that was about to take him down.
Thank goodness for those reflections.
Yes.
Sometimes we just got to reflect and remember and just project what we want in return.
Yeah.
That's simple.
All right, well, guys, the official review will be on gospelgoodies.com. Follow us at Gospel Goodies, me at Aaliyah Faust, ALIYAFAUST.
And, well, I'm just a photographer, but you can follow me at
photographer, the best photographer out there.
I know that's right. ARTUGRAPHIQ, Art2Graphic. Yeah, that's it. I love your hair, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Look at you. She could make anything. I love it. Blessings.
It's going to be curls tomorrow. It's going to be a little better.
Shoot, you see, we got it. Look,
we match it today. Good stuff. Bye, guys.
Go check it out. Seriously.
GospelGoodies.com.
Yes, it's there.